Thank you, David. That's a powerful word. Mark, thanks for having us in your house, and I love getting on the road and doing this. I mean, I'm on the road a lot, but I like getting out to some place I've never been. I've never been in this church, and I like playing churches. And it's an honor to play for y'all. I'm going to play for about 45 minutes, then we'll take a 22-minute break. And then we'll play until y'all are sleepy or say stop. I am sky, I am stone, I am dreams, and I am bone, and I am never alone, and I'm up and on my way. I'm the sand, the whole shore, I'm the shining sea, and what's more, I'm every wave that's come before, and I'm up and on my way. When the night gives way to another beautiful day, come what may, I'm up and on my way. I am green, I am blue, I've been broken, patched up too. Sometimes it takes an ocean of glue, then I'm up and on my way. And I'm as tall as that tree. There's something going on here, bigger than me, something I've got to see. So I'm up and on my way. When the night gives way to another beautiful day, come what may, I'm up and on my way. I'm a child, full grown. I'm always about halfway home, so I better be moving on. So I'm up and on my way. Yeah, I'm up and on my way. I'm up and on my way. Up and on my way. The snow fell in Nashville and it kept coming down. I watched it from the window of the old Orchid Lounge. It defied my description, but I'll tell you right now, it was one of those moments. It was one of those moments. One of those moments you can keep for the rest of your life. By 6 o'clock rush hour, snow covered the town. The streets were full of drivers trying to make their way home. But out on the sidewalk, there was hardly a sound. It was one of those moments. One of those moments. Was one of those can keep for the rest of your life. Just when you think that it's all laid out for you, life drops a sign from the heavens, and out of the blue there's more than there was just an instant before. Well, I ran to your doorstep and I said, come on outside. You danced in the snow and the world seemed to shine. We laughed and made angels. Then I looked in your eyes. It was one of those moments. One of those moments. It was one of those moments you can keep for the rest of your life. Yeah, it was one of those moments. One of those moments. It was one of those moments you can keep for the rest of your life. You can keep for the rest of your life. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you, friends. I bring good tidings from Texas. I do. I live in Texas. I was born in San Antonio. I'm 5th generation Texan, and I know it's easy to hate us. It's all cool. I see it. I am it. I don't know. But don't worry, because whatever we've done wrong lately, God is taking it out on us right now in temperatures that you cannot believe. So you can rest happy tonight knowing that Texans are being punished. Yeah, Mother Nature made it. To a ditch from an icy road and a late night telephone call. Your voice is fire and honey and angels, you understand. In a Nashville alley in the rain, feeling more like a shadow than a man, I say my name twice to the bricks just to hear it bounce back again. I would not make it through, I would not make it, I would not make it through without you. Sometimes it's a telephone line, sometimes it's water, sometimes wine. Sometimes it's the ancient blessings of paint and hammer and nail. Sometimes it's eyes down in the weeds, far from the banks of the river of peace, looking for signs of each other's heart, lost along that trail. I would not make it through, I would not make it, I would not make it through without you. I heard your voice in the Brazos River bottom cane. I heard your voice in Hispaniola rain. I'm always quick to the street, dreaming wildly you pick me up. So many times and I have stumbled, and you set me on my way again. driving home through a field of stars, silver and gold on a blanket of big blue mystery. Who else could I bring these stories to? Your kiss tastes like magic wishes, like hopes and dreams. I love telling these secrets on your skin. And the quiet next to you, I would not make it through. I would not make it through without you. Oh. I would not make it through. I would not make it through without you. Thanks, y'all. I'm going to go over here and have a sip of this drink. It's hot chocolate. Backstage. I made a set list. And I'm going to play a newer song here. That last song was about devotion. And I'm going to dedicate this song to Jax, Dave and Kathy's dog, really Sydney's dog. And I love dogs. I grew up with a dog, and the one I have now will be the last one, you know. It's just, you know, he's getting old. His name's Ranger. His name was going to be Astro. He's 12 years old. I grew up an Astros fan. You can say what you want to say. That's who I grew up with, right? But I'm not lying or sucking up in any way when I tell you that my favorite stadium I've ever been to is Baltimore. So I think it's the coolest. And we went just to see it. Astros weren't even playing. Last time we were here, we just went over and saw a game. So it's a baseball family and a dog family that I'm a member of. My wife Tina and my son Luke. And Luke, when he was a little kid, he inherited the Astros from me. And we got a puppy from a friend who had is a standard poodle mixed with an English setter. Only dog I've ever met like that. And he's just cool as hell. He's a great dog. And his name was going to be Astro. So when my son Luke picked him out of the litter of 6, and then with 4 weeks between, you go pick him up. And in those 4 weeks, the Astros were in their really bad years, and so they traded off their entire team. And Luke, my 9-year-old son, called me. He's not a crier, and has hardly ever called me crying. And he said, they traded away everyone. Those players he loved. It all happened in a few days. And he called me, and I was on the road. And I said, yeah, I'm sorry. It's a terrible deal. And so we switched allegiance to the Rangers, and our dog became Ranger. In my dreams, I still call my dog Astro. And about a year ago, a longtime friend of mine, her dog ran away, and she came over to see me play the next afternoon. She'd been up all night putting posters, and she was telling about her little dog, little bitty tiny chihuahua. So it's not really a dog, but it's still. But she liked it, And she was telling me, literally crying in my arms, and I didn't know what to say. At the time, I was 61. So from my 61 years of wisdom and compassion, I said, "Oh, dogs, man. You know, that's see how shallow I am." And but it gets worse because the songwriter part of my brain went, "It's a pretty good title." So y'all, here's a song called "Dogs," man. Dogs, man. They curl up in your heart, then drag you to the park where you get to talk to folks you wouldn't normally talk to. Sometimes till after dark. Dogs, man. They just trust you so much, they'll jump right up in the truck, whether you're going to the hardware store and back or moving across the country. Dogs, man. Dogs can change your whole day and the time it takes to lick your face or get up on the couch and put their big, wet, drizzly head across your bare legs. Dogs, man. Dogs. Man, they'll run straight into the lake when you're screaming, "Not today! We do not have time!" Okay. And they'll get out and shake and stretch out smiling in the sun. Dogs, man. I was standing next to my dad. He held a shovel in trembling hands. He was crying like a little kid. On that cold morning, we buried Sam. Dogs, man. Dogs. They teach us the circle of life because they only get one short life, and we only get one life. So maybe we should run straight into the lake. Get out and shake and stretch out smiling in the sun, and just wait there on the mystery truck and jump in just to see where it's going. Because, you know, dogs, man. For Jax. I'm getting off my set list, but since I played that song for the dogs, it's a song for my little boy, who's now 21. But he was 14 when I wrote this for him. Same thing, he called when I was on the road, and he was real upset. All of us here, I don't see any rookies, except for Sid. But so we know if we could have one day and go back to any age, no one in this room would choose 14 or 13. They're the worst, you know. And he had a bad day, a 14-year-old's day, had a bad day. And so we talked, and I felt bad for not being with him, of course, and I felt bad for him. And this song just flew into the truck as I was driving. He's doing great, by the way, my boy. all the grace that it takes to be on your own, all the miles you make when the world is your home, all the comfort you dream of, the comfort you find, all the ways your days spin into gold, all the names of the saints written on your soul, the saints you know and the saints you'll find. That's how much I love you. That's how much. That's how much I. That's how much I love you. The river of tears runs back through time. All the moon rises, all the stars shine. Let's just watch it shine. 'Cause that's how much I love you. That's how much. That's how much I. That's how much I love you. And all the wonders of this world, all the silver, every pearl, I mean every pearl. That's how much I love you. That's how much. That's how much I. That's how much I. That's how much I love you. That's how much. That's how much. That's how much I love you. 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 Every day. Thanks, y'all. That's my son Luke. No, he's in his senior year at Shriner University, this tiny little college outside of San Antonio. Happy as a clam. Is there a brewery there? Yeah, a couple of good ones, yeah. In fact, since you asked, I was on the road for 3 weeks, and I got home, and I came back through. He had just moved back into school for his senior year, and so I came by to see him, and I was looking for this. It's a long story. But I was looking for a certain beer. And so my son and I went to 4 breweries to find it. We didn't drink in every brewery. We had a pint in 2. But we did find the beer. And it was a good day. It's a fun thing. Your son gets to be 21 and he's never been in any trouble. He has far more innate wisdom than I've ever had. And next to his grandfather and his father, he's like a I'll never be as cool as my dad or my son. I know that. He's just really great. All right. But yes, there's a lot of good beer in there. Kerrville, Texas. Well, I want to do this song in this room for Mark. This is a song that was recorded by Ricky Skaggs a long time ago. And it's a true story. The story is this. There's a friend of mine, her grandfather was a Baptist preacher in deep Appalachia. And a tiny town called Tazewell. Of course, if you're a preacher, you've got other jobs. And he was a house framer, I think, and a cabinet maker. He was a wood guy. But on Sundays he would host, he'd be the preacher there on Sundays. Which was all fine until he had to perform seven funerals in one day of boys sent back from Europe in the days after the Normandy invasion. 7 young men in a little town that size. That's a whole bunch of that town's future, obviously. And I worked it seemed like a year. I worked on how to write this story. I played it for a guy I used to write songs with all the time. And so we got started on a Monday, and then we canceled all our other appointments for the week. This is when I lived in Nashville. You co-wrote all the time. We worked on this song for 4 days straight. And I took it in and played it for my publishing company, one of the major publishing companies in Nashville. And it was the day that they just thought I was crazy. They didn't get this song at all. Played it for four people. And I knew I was going to play this song the rest of my life. I didn't need anyone to tell me it was good or bad, whatever they thought. I didn't care. And the one guy that might have dug it wasn't there for the meeting. But I left that office that day really depressed. And but that night, my friend Chris calls me and he says, "Dude, I heard the song, the cassette. That's how long ago it was that you dropped off." He said, "I'm going to take it to Ricky Skaggs' house tomorrow." And I said, "Wow, you know Ricky Skaggs?" And he said, "No, never met him. I don't know where he lives, but I'm going to find out where he lives, and I'm going to drive it to his house because I think it's a good song." That's so exciting. Called me midday the next day, and he said, I took it to Ricky Skaggs' house. "You took it to Ricky Skaggs' house?" He goes, "I did. I met him. He was nice as he could be." "Did he like the song?" He said, "He's not going to listen to it." He said he just finished a whole gospel record, and he doesn't want any songs. He didn't want to change the artwork. He didn't want to do anything. It's done. It's about to come out. I said, "Oh, well, thanks, man. That was cool of you to do." He calls me again at supper time. "I just got a call from Ricky Skaggs. He's going to cut the song." He said, "Man, he has to change the artwork and everything. He hadn't even recorded it. He recorded it real fast. It's an amazing, the record that it's on won a Grammy." And I've always been, I didn't get anything. So I got nothing except that Ricky Skaggs did a beautiful version of this song. All night I've wrestled Jacob's angel and prayed to Matthew, Luke, and John, struggling to find the words to face the task that comes upon the blood-red dawn. I've buried men before their time, alcohol and sick lungs, but how to bury 7 of these Appalachian miner sons who stormed the beaches wave on wave and sailed home to these rocky graves and family plots that bear their names. Tomorrow I'll walk up 7 hillsides and tremble before my flock on 7 hillsides. 7 sorrows, 7 sons, 7 mamas, everyone will turn to me for the word of God. What could this mean? And there I'll stand, good book in hand, shepherd to these precious lambs. What will I say? What will I say? What can I say? Now, to tell the truth, I never thought much about the will of God before. When called to preach at 17, I was in love with fiery words and not much more. But the time has come to keep the faith for others shattered by their loss. Remind them of a loving God whose son like theirs paid the cost to save a sad and wicked world. Through sacrifice our love is heard, and I'll pray I believe those words. Tomorrow I'll walk up 7 hillsides, tremble before my flock on 7 hillsides. 7 sorrows, 7 sons, 7 mamas, and everyone will turn to me for the word of God. What could this mean? And there I'll stand, good book in hand, shepherd to these precious lambs. What will I say? What will I say? What can I say? What can I say, God? What can I say, God? What will I say? Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Not many songs about preachers, you know. One more or 2 more, do you think, Dave? Okay. Or one long one? All right. Exactly. All right. Here's the other song I really wanted to do when I walked in here today. I like churches, and I'm certainly not a standard Christian, I think, but who knows? Ain't for anyone else to say. I love my wife. She's funny. Been coming up on 23 years married. And I love my son, of course. It's my son. I love beer. I really love beer, and I love Jesus, you know, and in my way, and I love the creation, and I try to live in it and soak it up, reflect it, whatever, you know. I talked a lot in this first set. Next set, I won't talk so much, I promise. Well, here's the story. My dad was he was a pilot, Air Force fighter pilot, combat pilot, decorated, and flew 120 missions in Vietnam, and a tough dude. Oh, thank you. And thanks. He was tough. He was a tough guy. He was a cowboy from West Texas, and almost basically orphaned as a kid, and raised himself on the streets of a small town. And you had to be tough. He had to be tough, and so he became tough. But he was tender-hearted and beautiful, and got nicer and nicer as he got older. And by the time my son was born, this was a guy he was just a beautiful guy. If he was here, you would all love him. When he retired from the Air Force, he was raised in that little town, West Texas, hard shell Baptist, didn't like it. And but my mom thought, man, here we are, you retired, you've got a job with the state, we should buy a house. So we bought her a house, pretty cool house actually. It was tiny little thing in Austin. It's now worth over $1 million. And they sold it 30 years ago. But he retired, and my mom she said, we should go to church. And my dad was like, oh, okay. All right. So I was 13. I was a compliant kid. My older sister was like, done. Thanks. No thanks. And so I went to church with him. We went to 6 churches, 6 Sundays in a row. All kinds of churches, including charismatic. All of it, man. We saw all of it. And I'll never forget, we were driving home from the 6th church, and my mom said to my dad in the front seat, well, we tried, and you could feel waves. In fact, the waves of relief from my father could be felt for 6 counties. And that was that, it seemed like. But then a while later, my mom said, well, for Mother's Day, let's go to church. I heard about a church right down the street. And they say it's really nice, and I'd like to do that. So we go on Mother's Day. And we went to the church, and after the church, we got home. And Mom said one more time, she said, no, I didn't feel anything. It's okay. We're all right. My dad was so happy he would never miss a Dallas Cowboys kickoff again. But here's the weirdest thing. The next Sunday, I got up and I walked to that church by myself. They were like, how old are you? 13. You by yourself? I am. And I was so shy I could hardly look people in the eyes then. And that church took me in. Some things I've done make my conscience burn, my very spine shudder and squirm. And I can only hope I've learned from my sins. I heard a voice when I was 13, I got baptized, washed up clean. But the world has a way, if you know what I mean, of scuffing you up again and again. Can't explain a blessed thing, not a falling star, a feathered wing. How a man in chains has the strength to sing. And just one thing is clear to me, there's always more than what appears to be. When the light's just right, I swear I see poetry. Now somebody made everything, from the soul inside out to Saturn's rings. How my baby smiles and how Aretha sang. Well, of course we were created. Clouds make rain and the ocean makes sand, and the earth breathes fire and lava makes land. That took a mighty hand and some kind of wild imagination. You can't explain a blessed thing, not a falling star, feathered wing. How a man in chains has the strength to sing like a bird. Just one thing is clear to me, there's always more than what appears to be. When the light's just right, I swear I see poetry. Poetry. So I went that morning, and then they said, well, you should come to the youth group. They meet, here at the church on Sunday nights. And I was like, that sounds terrible. It sounds boring. But I went, but I was so shy, I didn't even go in. I listened outside the door. And it wasn't one of the churches that preached anger or anything like that. I had no idea how cool that church was till I saw some other ones later. They just kind of loved everybody and met you where you were and looked you in the face and got a lot of hugs. And then they said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to play guitar." And they're like, "Okay, you're going to have to work hard." I was like, "I'll work hard." And they said, "You should go to church." And the church devised a plan to get me to go to college. And it worked. I'm still close with everyone who's still alive from that time in my life. And no one ever once asked me or told me what to believe. The dreams I dreamed came back 10,000-fold. Friends I have and the woman I hold. I look down, I'm on a street of gold. After all the mud along the way, sometimes the big beautiful mystery leans real close and on me. Summer twilight through windows way high off the ground. I can't explain a blessed thing, not a falling star, a feathered wing. How a man in chains has the strength to sing. I'll fly away, I'll fly away. Just one thing is clear to me, there's always more than what appears to be when the light's just right. I swear I see poetry. Poetry. Everywhere. Everywhere. Thanks, Mark, for letting people like me come in your great room. All right, 22 minutes. 22-minute break.
Yes.
Announcements. Hold on. It could be important. All right. They're fine. It's fine. Thank you. All right. Thanks for staying. Yesterday, I celebrated my 30th anniversary of doing this for a living. I've been in bands when I was, thanks. I was in bands, I joined my first band in Austin, just shy of being 15, so I always played. And but I had a job I really loved, and I was doing it, and I was 32 years old when I finally quit that. I got a publishing deal in Nashville, so I quit my job and started driving around full-time. And nights like this make that seem like a great decision. There are a lot of nights, especially early on, I was like, what have I done? In the middle of Louisiana, that first year I drove up to a venue and it was raining and it was winter, so it was dark already. And the sign outside with the plastic letter said, Dart Tournament and Walt Wilkins. So this is gravy land right here. Yeah. Oh! But I wrote this song. I moved to Nashville from Austin, and I wrote this song on the second day I was there. And it was recorded, and I thought, man, Nashville's going to be cake. I'm going to be rich. And I didn't get rich, but I still love this song. I am not brave and I'm not too smart. The Tin Man wouldn't trade for my heart. I've got two left feet when I am dancing. A long history of brief romances. Got no rubies, got no diamonds. None passed down, and I cannot buy one. Got a box of hurt and a bag of shame. And you barely know my name. But I've got big, big hopes about you. Yes, I've got big, big hopes. I've got my doubts about the world at large, based on research in my own backyard. I'm concerned about things that cross my mind. Makes me fear for all mankind. But I've got big, big hopes about you. Yes, I've got big, big hopes. I've had hopes before, but not like this. Flying over the edge into the sweet abyss. I've got a no leather jacket, would look good on you. Lots of friends, they'll all like you too. I've got some pull with the moon and tides, and I've got $32, baby. Let's go somewhere tonight, 'cause I've got big, big hopes about you. I've got big, big hopes. Yes, I've got big, big hopes about you, about you. Thank y'all. Do my first. This is a song. It was a #1 bluegrass song. Then bluegrass. Every music has a chart. You know, bluegrass music has a chart. I've had 3 #1 bluegrass songs, and I realized when this song was #1, I'm gonna put this money aside in a real estate money folder. If you knew anything about bluegrass, you know that right now I couldn't afford to buy this stage. But I've got it saved up. This song's been recorded by a bunch of folks, and I'll be playing in a festival with the band that cut it, a great bluegrass band from North Carolina called Balsam Range. And this song kind of put them on the map, and we're buddies, and I'm going to play a festival with them, the same festival in New Mexico in about 3 weeks, which means I'll get to sing this song with them, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Here's to the trains I missed, loves I lost, bridges I burned, rivers I never crossed. Here's to the call I didn't hear, signs I didn't hear, roads I couldn't take, and the maps I just would not read. It's a big old world, but I found my way, and the hell and the hurt led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I missed. I've been a clown, I've been a fool, and I pushed on every chance, crossed 1,000 lines trying to crawl out of God's hand. But there were stones I did not throw, hearts I did not break, hope I held on to my silver shining thread of faith. It's a big old world, but I found my way, and the hell and the hurt led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I missed. Here's to this place I found, all the love I know, and the earth and sky that I call home, and that you call home. And here's to the things I believe, bigger than me, in the moments I find myself right where I wanna be. It's a big old world, but I found my way, and the hell and the hurt led me straight to this. It's a big old world, but I found my way, and the hell and the hurt led me straight to this. Here's to the trains I missed. The other day I was playing a festival. I guess this was last weekend. A week. Yeah. In a place called Marathon, Texas, which is way out west in the desert, in a town, a population of about 80, I think. And but it's a really unique place, and if it was just the stars, that would be a good enough reason to drive 6 hours from my house and wherever people go from to get there. And this festival is called the Marathon Songwriters Festival. And while I was there, a guy came up and gave me a gift. The gift was a painting that he commissioned in honor of this song. The song means a lot to him. And the song has had a great life. A guy in Texas named Drew Kennedy, originally from outside Philadelphia. He recorded this song, and if you're not familiar with him, you wouldn't know that's like having Hank Williams record one of your songs. He's one of the greatest songwriters alive. I love this song. True story. If you get a philosophy degree and then you play guitar and try to write songs for a living, you're going to live in a lot of old houses. You're not going to live in nice new houses for a while. I've got a little house on Walnut Street. The nights are quiet and the morning's sweet. Got an old wood floor beneath my feet. That somebody's grandfather built. I bet he used to keep his lucky strikes on this windowsill while he planed and worked this wood until he made silk from yellow pine. Now I've got a paper that says this house is mine, but it ain't. It belongs to time. And with morning at the window, sometimes I swear this old room glows. And somewhere between what you can and cannot see, he's right here. The neighbor lady sings all day long. She only stops at night just to start at dawn. I swear, she only knows about 3 songs. But I find myself singing to one of her sad old country tunes. It reminds me of an afternoon. I was a kid, and it was Saturday. Just me and my dad driving out to the lake. And now he's just so far away. But with morning at the window, sometimes I swear this old room glows. And somewhere between what you can and cannot see, he's still here. My dad, is right here. Right here. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Y'all, last night I dreamed that I could fly. If I held my arms just right, I'd stay treetop high. I may just be a bird sometimes. A bird with a sad and lonesome call, just hanging right above it all. Any moment, any moment, any moment, I might fall for you again. And with morning at the window, sometimes I swear this old room glows. And somewhere between what you can and cannot see, you're still here. You're still here. You're still here. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. All right. Thanks. It was good to meet a few of you at the break. Really good. Everyone's so kind and friendly. It's a weird thing. After all this time standing up in front of people with a guitar, there's never a night where a moment I don't go, why would anyone listen to me? And I guess, well, thanks. Well, but I'm just saying, you don't know me, a lot of you, and so I don't know how to say thank you enough. But like my friend, not my friend really, but one of my heroes, Stephen Fromholtz, he said, on the other hand, I already got all your money, so I don't even have to try that hard anymore. But this is awesome. This is the kind of night that makes everything, ties the whole room together, nights like this, you know. Let me see what I forgot to play. No, I don't want to do that. You deserve better than that. Just want to play songs that I love the best. This song came from New Mexico. I am one more pilgrim on this road low and high. Through this land of miracles, I've been traveling all night, tangled with the darkness. I swear at moments I was blind, till the dawn came up around me. I could see the way unwind. I am the road behind me. I am the road ahead, lifted by this rocky ridge, cradled by the riverbed, the harmony of motion through the wide expanse of time, sunlight through the heavens, watch it shine, watch it shine. They say there's iron in these mountains, and in bone and skin and mud. They say that iron only comes from stars, so stars are in my blood. Red and blue and purple, shadows grow and fade, spreading all directions from where all was made. I am the road behind me, I am the road ahead, lifted by this rocky ridge, cradled by the riverbed. Harmony of motion through the wide expanse of time, sunlight through the heavens, watch it shine, watch it shine, watch it shine, watch it shine, shine, shine. Thank you. That's a song about sun, the sun, sunshine. We've had enough of it this summer in Texas. Lord have mercy. The wisest decision I ever made was last summer, even though Tina and I, we just live in a little house in the suburbs way north of Austin. Just the suburbs, man. I bought a stock tank pool, like, you know, cows drink from. I bought one from a company in Austin that turns them into pools with filters and pumps and everything. I got a little pool in my backyard. It's the coolest thing ever. 2 feet deep, 9 foot diameter. You stretch out, listen to the Astros. So I do this song every night because part of my job is to call in the rain. This song I wrote in Lukenbach, Texas. My band played there one Saturday night. It had not rained in the hill country of Texas for 8 months. Not a drop. It was a bad year. It was 2010, I believe, and we were playing on the first Saturday night dance, and it was dance hall, you know, in Texas. Everyone dances, and we were there. It was December. It was still warm, and they put sawdust on the floor, you know, and they were calling for rain, but they called for rain before. And so we played all night. It was a fun night, but the dance, there's no moisture, so that sawdust they put on the floor as people danced just kept rising and rising. We were all in the cloud of sawdust. They put sawdust on the floor so the boots will slide across the wood. That's what they do. So, and it was a fun night, and we all loaded out. We were in a friend's RV for the week, that week, traveling around the band. And as soon as we got the last amplifier into the RV, the sky opened up. and it started to rain, and it rained, and it rained. It was great because 8 months, man, people get crabby. With that rain, no one's getting any. Rain all night, rain all night. Sweet and steady and slow. Come on, clouds, don't get tired. No. Rain all night, rain all night. It's been so long since we've had any. Come on down, amen, and then a few more nights we'll have plenty to live like kings again. Rain all night, rain all night. Sweet and steady and slow. Come on, clouds, don't get tired, not yet. Rain all night, rain all night, all night. All night. In a while we'll be up and at it, throwing ourselves at the day. We should be sleeping, we both know, but we're just listening to the rain. So rain all night, rain all night. Sweet and steady and slow. Come on, clouds, don't get tired, please. Rain all night, rain all night. Rain all night, rain all night. All right. Are y'all good for a couple more songs? Okay. All right. I was in this band. It's kind of my band. I was the oldest. Played mostly my songs. I had a band called the Mysticaros. 14 years. Thank you, Susie. It was a great band. It was all you dream of as a kid. And we had so much fun. And we traveled all over the country and in Europe. And we had a great time. And it got to where everyone's having little kids. It was getting harder to agree on gigs that was worth leaving your kids, you know. And then it was time to say, all right, we had a great time. But we're still brothers, and you're in a band with someone. That's that's the most pretty intimate way to live together, travel and play music. It takes a lot of trust to do that. And I couldn't have ever dreamed of being in a band that good. We played close to home. We played the two great dance halls of Texas all the time, Lukenbach and then Green Hall, which is outside of New Braunfels, Texas. And these are two very famous places, and we got to play there all the time. And one night we played a gig at Green Hall, and it was such a beautiful spring night. And we loaded out, and it was late. It's an hour and a half to my house, and I thought, well, I'll just stay here. And I carry my stuff with me, so I just laid out a sleeping bag in the back of my truck right under the Green Hall sign, and the town was quiet. And so I just slept there. It was really beautiful. I got up and got in my truck. I had a riding appointment that day with a guy named Owen Temple, who's a real cool songwriter in Texas. And we used to get together every month or so. Anyway, so I get in the truck, and I'm in a great mood, and I'm so happy for my life. And I get there and turn on the radio, the news comes on, and the news is someone in some office of authority did something that I thought was crazy. And it made me crazy and mad. So I was hitting my radio. I just wanted to hear a song. I wanted to hear Gladys Knight. I want to hear Marvin Gaye, Merle Haggard. I don't care. I just want to hear something I loved. So I'm going through the radio, and the craziest thing happened. Not a bad guess, though. No, it landed on some station. It was the anniversary, I guess, of the speech by Bobby Kennedy on the night Martin Luther King was assassinated. No rookies here. A lot of us remember that Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis. Before we knew everything that happened immediately, Bobby Kennedy was campaigning for president. He was in Indianapolis, and he was to give a speech on a flatbed truck to, I think it was sanitation workers who were striking. And he had to break the news. He told them about Martin. They didn't know. There was a guy who knew something about loss, you know. So he puts the speech in his pocket. He speaks to him for 5 minutes, almost on the second. 5 minutes, he speaks to him about loss and why not to give up hope. It's one of the most powerful things ever. We should all listen to it every year. That's what was on the radio. And I couldn't believe it. I was so moved, as anyone should be. So the song started forming, and I met Owen by this creek in Austin where we always write. And I'll finish this song here. Damn this news, another hole blown through everything that we thought that we might be. More sorrow and rage, it goes on age to age, but I still want to believe. Give me one true beautiful thing, something I can hold on to, something to get me through. Tell me it isn't just a dream, that we're closer than we seem to a better place and better days. It's always gonna be this way, though the so-called wise men say that's the way of the world. Sit down, drink your half full cup. Oh, this life, it can hurt. It goes on worse to worse, man. But I still want to believe. Give me one true, beautiful thing, something I can hold something to get me through, and tell me it isn't just a dream, that we're closer than we seem to a better place and better days. Give me one true beautiful thing, something I can hold on to, something to get me through, and tell me it isn't just a dream, that we're closer than we seem to a better place and better days, a better place and better days, a better place. All right. Thanks, y'all. I'm knocked out by y'all. Thank you. You've been a complete pleasure and a privilege to sing to. Thank you. I'll do one more song, and y'all are it's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. What a pleasure to meet you. And thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate y'all. And Tracy and Dave, thank y'all for helping always. And I wanted to say that I have CDs on that table out. I give them away. If you want to put a 5 in, great. If no more than a 10. If you don't have any cash, I don't care. Just take a CD with it. Rather you have it than not. And we're going to pack up so we can get Mark out of here at a decent hour. I know. Say what? Oh man, you're a joy. All right, very good. Good. You are joy. You're just a joy, man. Thank you. All right, so, all right, I'm going to play a song I played once a year. I didn't write it. That's how I want to close tonight. It's a song that changed my life. It was written by a guy named Mickey Newberry, one of the greatest songwriters of all time. And I heard him sing this song one time in 1985. I was 24 years old, and it's a long story, but the short story is that it was the first time I cried about art. I didn't know you could do that. Just hearing him do it, I wish y'all would hear it from him first, but he's gone, so I'm what you got, Dave, thanks. Sorry our stream didn't work tonight, but I was telling Dave in the Mysticaros we used to say, we're not doctors, we're not anesthesiologists. If something doesn't go right, no one dies. So we're all right. All right. I'm like a feather on the wind. I cannot fly, I cannot fall. I'm like a tree that will not bend, and in the end I'll lose it all. In my need to free a dreamer locked inside me all these years, band of gold and growing old are my greatest fears. Got them rambling blues, rambling blues. These rambling blues, these rambling blues. The wino has a bottle, the hobo has his rails, the rich man has his heaven, the poor man has his spells. When he wants to leave his woman, the bills and all the kids, got a longing to be free and see things he never did. He's got them rambling blues, rambling blues. Got them rambling blues, rambling blues. Operator, operator, I am down to my last dime. Put me through to her, I do. Leave, I'm out of time. You say that time is a circle, and a circle it has no end. So a man should just keep on rambling around until it all begins again. Got them rambling blues, these rambling blues, these rambling blues. Got these rambling blues. Got these rambling blues, rambling blues. These rambling blues. Got these rambling blues. I'm like a feather on the wind. I cannot fly, I cannot fall. The song by Mickey Newberry. Thanks, y'all. Everybody get home safe. I sure appreciate you. Till next time.